Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Stuti series. Today's shloka number 39 of Chitraketu, glorifying Lord Sankarshana. This is in the 6th canto, 16th chapter. Kamadhiyastvai rachita
Kamadhiyasvai rachita
na paramarohanti yatha karambhabijani
na paramarohanti yata karambhavijani
Jnanatmanya gunamaye
jnanatmanya gunamaye
Gunaganato dvandvajalani.
gunaganadosya dvandvajalani.
Word for word meaning. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. Kamadhiyaha,
Kamadhiyaha,
desires for sense gratification.
desires for sense gratification.
Tvai,
Tvai,
in you.
in you.
Rachitaha,
Rachitaha,
performed.
performed.
Na,
Na,
not.
not.
Parama,
Parama,
O Supreme Personality of Godhead.
O Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Rohanti,
Rohanti,
do grow, produce other bodies.
do grow, produce other bodies.
Yatha,
Yata,
just as.
just as.
Karambha bijani,
Karambha bijani,
sterilized or fried seeds.
sterilized or fried seeds.
Jnana atmani,
Jnana atmani,
in you whose existence is in full knowledge.
in you whose existence is in full knowledge.
Agunamaye,
Agunamayi,
who is not affected by the material qualities.
who is not affected by the material qualities.
Guna ganataha,
Gunaganataha,
from the material qualities.
from the material qualities.
Asya,
Asya,
of a person.
of a person.
Dvandva jalani,
Dvandva jalani,
the networks of duality.
the networks of duality.
Translation. O Supreme Lord,
O Supreme Lord,
if persons obsessed with material desires for sense gratification
if persons obsessed with material desires for sense gratification
through material opulence worship you,
through material opulence worship you,
who are the source of all knowledge
who are the source of all knowledge
and are transcendental to material qualities,
and are transcendental to material qualities,
they are not subject to material rebirth.
they are not subject to material rebirth.
Just as sterilized or fried seeds
Just as sterilized or fried seeds
do not produce plants,
do not produce plants,
living entities are subjected
living entities are subjected
to the repetition of birth and death
of birth and death
because they are conditioned by material nature.
because they are conditioned by material nature.
But since you are transcendental,
But since you are transcendental,
one who is inclined to associate with you
one who is inclined to associate with you
in transcendence
in transcendence
escapes the conditions of material nature.
escapes the conditions of material nature.
Okay, reading from Srila Prabhupada's purport. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, wherein the Lord says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. If one simply engages in Krishna consciousness to understand Krishna, he surely becomes immune to the process of repeated birth and death. As clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita, Tyaktva deham punar janma naiti. Such a person, simply by engaging in Krishna consciousness or understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, becomes quite fit to return home back to Godhead. Even those who are obsessed with material desires may also come to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead so steadily that they go back to Godhead. The fact is that if one comes to Krishna consciousness, although he may have many material desires, he becomes increasingly attracted to the lotus feet of Krishna through associating with the Supreme Lord by chanting his holy name. The Supreme Lord and his holy name are identical. Thus, he becomes uninterested in attachment to material enjoyment. The perfection of life is to be uninterested in material enjoyment and interested in Krishna. If one comes to Krishna consciousness somehow or the other, even for material gain, the result is that he will be liberated. Kamat, dveshat, bhayat, snehat. Whether for the satisfaction of material desires, because of the influence of envy, because of fear, because of affection, or because of any other reason, if one comes to Krishna, his life is successful. We commonly say in ISKCON that if you associate with devotees, ultimately you will also end up chanting the holy names of the Lord. So the process of purification focuses on chanting a fixed number of rounds every day. And it is important that we count and keep track of our chanting. Of course, today everything has become digital. You have digital counters that help you keep track of the number of names that you have chanted. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would take a strip of cloth and just put knots at certain regular intervals, and he would use that piece of cloth with knots to keep track of his chanting. Today, of course, we all have nice tulsi beads on which we can chant. For those who are initiated, we normally chant on tulsi beads. Otherwise, we chant on beads made from the neem tree. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would keep track of the number of holy names of the Mahamantra that he had chanted. Srila Prabhupada for us has set the standard for us to chant 16 rounds every day. That is 1,728 holy names, or the Mahamantra. 1,728 Mahamantras to be chanted. But Prabhupada said in the West, people cannot concentrate. He didn't believe that people could give more than 2 hours. Like right now, today, even 2 hours seems like a huge amount of time, considering the fast-paced life that all of us lead. Because Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has clearly said, anybody who chants less than 64 rounds is considered to be very fallen. So we should remember we are all fallen because we are only chanting 16 rounds per day. Because Srila Prabhupada is so merciful that he has made an adjustment for us, knowing that we will not be able to spare even this much amount of time to connect to Krishna. So because of our lack of ability to concentrate, Prabhupada very kindly brought it down from 64 to 16. So we should not think that we are very advanced because you're chanting 16 rounds. Because in our Acharya Parampara, you should be chanting at least 64 rounds every day. But the most important thing in this purport that Prabhupada has written is that even if you have material desires, it is not a disqualification for you to chant. Actually, it is very rare for someone to take birth in this material world and come with the desire to serve the Lord. It is extremely rare. Somebody has to trigger and awaken this love for Krishna in you by getting you to chant. So we have Srila Haridas Thakur, who absolutely enjoyed chanting, relished chanting, so much so he would chant 192 rounds every day. Where is 192? Where is 64? And where is 16? And then, of course, some of us may not be chanting even 16 rounds per day. So, asat sanga tyaga is another instruction given to us, that we should give up the association of those who have material desires. But then what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? Although he also instructed us asat sanga tyaga, he himself gave this holy name because his method was to elevate the patita. That is why we sing, no? Patita pavana hito tava avatara. So for this patita, this fallen, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has specifically come to give us these holy names to help us elevate ourselves to the platform of spiritual practices. So hence Prabhupada is saying, Kamad Dveshat Bhayat Snehat. Whether you have desires and you approach Krishna, or whether you have certain nature of being envious and you approach Krishna, or because of bhayat, you have fear, you approach Krishna, or you genuinely love Krishna and you approach Krishna, it doesn't matter. Whichever reason for which you approach Krishna, Prabhupada says your life will be very successful. So Prabhupada is reminding us in this purport that associating with Krishna is not different than associating with his holy names. It's one and the same. So gradually we get attracted to the holy name. But for beginners, there may be a little bit of fear. Oh, I don't want to become like these ISKCON people because they wear a different attire. They have a tilak on their forehead. They've got kantimala around their neck. And they seem to be spending a lot of time in the temple. So initially there may be some fear. Or if I start chanting, I'll become like them. But then you actually become like us. You become helpless. That is how powerful the holy names of the Lord are. It attracts you to Krishna. So we simply have to chant and get attracted to Krishna. In this way, our life will be successful, Prabhupada is saying. So for whatever reason we approach Krishna, what is Chitraketu saying here to Lord Sankarshana? That we are not subject to material rebirth. So what is happening? Our entire karma becomes like fried seeds. It will not fructify anymore. But when we come in touch with the transcendental nature of the Lord, and one who is inclined to associate with the Lord's pastimes and also associate with the holy names of the Lord, then we can escape the prison house that we are all stuck in. So simply we have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if we keep doing this endlessly, eventually we'll become pure and go back to the spiritual world.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.